white ones are mine, so I'll be taking those. But right now they're over at the venue where we've been having grapple nights. So I gotta go get those, but we still got quite a bit of work, at least another week before we get in to where we can maybe take mats in there. Probably 2 weeks.
You said it's on Old Fannin?
Yeah. Yeah. It's not far from here. It's like less than 10 minutes from here.
Okay.
So, but I'm still like just trying to scrape glue off the concrete floor. Like we pulled all the carpet up, and there's a bunch of glue down. And then I'll paint the concrete, paint the walls, and then I'm doing like a little subfloor, which will make wrestling much more forgiving. When you get thrown, it'll be way more forgiving than what we've had historically, because there'll be like 6 inches of space or 8 inches of space from the ground with a bunch of foam pads underneath. So yeah, way better getting thrown. Now I won't feel bad like really sending people, because I still kind of hold back sometimes. Chad's like the only person I don't like hold back, especially with the throws. Because he's big and strong, he'll be fine. But or maybe not, That's why he has a herniated disc now. But
I think that has more to do with the
yeah, that picture where he's like getting dumped on his head. Yeah. All right, 2 more minutes. We'll see. My money's on 1 blue belt. Are we taking bets? I got $5. 1 blue belt shows up.
I guess 2 again, but like at least 15 to 20 minutes late.
2, but 15 to 20 minutes late? Okay. Okay.
I don't know. I guess the real question is which ones?
Which ones? Oh, that should pay like 10 to 1 odds. I bet Josh comes tonight. If I had to pick one, Josh will be here tonight. Because I don't think he was here Monday. And I know he gets the itch if he's out for more than a few days. He came up here with John Tuesday just to beat each other up for an hour.
Nice.
So.
Nice.
Hey, what's going on, chat? We're gonna get started in like 1 more minute. We're just waiting to see which blue belts are actually gonna attend class tonight. My money's on only 1 tops, so we'll see.
Okay, gotcha. Well, as I told my wife, my real problem is I'm not aggressive enough, and I'm not like mean enough. Like, I might hurt someone. Casey's like, go for it, go for it, go for it.
All right, let's see. Where's my cameraman? There he is. We thought there wasn't anyone better than Father Nevada, but it turns out.
Photography won several awards. Can I say?
At Grapple Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, it turns out the young buck is the best in the biz.
Hello.
All right, well, let's get started without the blue belts. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go through this flow. We're gonna start in our, what's that? We're gonna start in our high step position right here on the outside, okay? Foot control, or leg control, high leg control, hand in the shoulder. I want you to do this slowly. So we're actually gonna do this, I'm actually gonna call the positions to start. Then y'all can self flow. But to get your pacing down for now, I'm gonna tell you when to switch. So you're gonna get in position from the high step, okay? Here, then we're gonna transition into a camp. So in this transition, to be a good drilling partner on the bottom, you are gonna have to, turn into him a little bit. So like, he drops that foot, go ahead and drop the foot. As he starts to cut an angle and make his hips turn towards us, we're already, one second. As he does it, we're already going to try to beat him to the next position, but we're going to do it slowly because we're just drilling, okay? So he drops, my hand drops, my head drops. Go ahead and turn. Right there, okay? My head's on the inside of the shoulder, not the top, but the inside, so that I can drive him towards the mat, okay? Now from here, y'all are going to camp here for a second, okay? So give me a little right here, yep. We're just going to chill. And then I'm going to say chest to chest half. I want you to take your knee or foot to the inside if it's not already on the inside. I want you to drive your knee to the mat. And then I want you to take it past his center line. Try to take your knee all the way to his hip. Okay? So we're up on our camp here. Our stuff to chest half. And then I'm going to try to make my knee come past his hip, and I'm going to touch my elbow to my knee right there. Okay? Now I'll say go back to camping. So as he starts to shrimp out here, he starts beating this space. We're coming back to the inside. Okay, not so rigid, not so rigid. Yeah, just a little. You're right there. All right, and then we'll camp out here, and then we'll go back to high step. Okay, I just want to work through these transitions real slow. Okay, so one more time. High step, okay. High step to camp here. Okay, and then camp the chest to chest half. Foot goes to the inside. I stuff the knee, take my knee to the mat. Connect my knee and my elbow. Okay, we go chest to chest half, back to the camp. Remember inside elbow position here. I tripod up. Head comes to the inside. Now for the high step, leg comes out, shoulder, we drive the shoulder, and then get high leg control. All right, cool. All right, I'll call it positions. Let's go. All right, high step. And please breathe through the whole exercise. This is just the number one goal of this is your balance. That's what I want you to feel. That's why we're doing it slow.
Every time you tell us to breathe, I'm like, wait, I'm not breathing. Wait, I'm not.
All right. High step. Yeah. So try to bring your knees to your chest a little bit. You're just kind of controlling this, okay? You're not trying to put, most of the pressure is going to be in that shoulder, right? All right. High step to camp.
So this is where he's.
Yep, you've got to beat him on that elbow position, though, on the inside right there. On the inside of his hip, his far hip. Yeah, your elbow's got to come above the knee. You got to get your elbow to the inside. You see what I'm saying? Here, one second. Right here. Right here. Mm-hmm. Elbow to the, wait. Elbow to the inside.
Oh, okay.
Hand in the hip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this hand on his knee. Fingers pointed towards the mat. We just tripod up, okay? And Chase, you're gonna try to turn a little bit into him. Just a little, okay? Perfect, all right? All right, chest to chest half. Foot comes to the inside. Stuff his knee through your legs and take your knee past his hip, okay? Connect your knee and your elbow, your right knee and your right elbow. Don't even worry about his head right now. We just want to control the hips, all right? All right, now slowly start to bring the elbow back to the inside and tripod up into camp, okay? So you're gonna let him turn up towards you a little bit, okay? And you can turn up even more, Chase. It's to get comfortable in this transition, yeah, so that y'all are balanced, all right? All right, now back to the high step. So foot pummels out, hand to shoulder, and then we control the high leg. Yep. All right, let's switch. Slow and feel in the balance. All right, high step. All right, feet close to him. Real close, touching him. Yes, much better. Okay. All right, camp. Tripod up on your feet, so both knees come up, your feet come out towards me, both knees come off the mat. Your head goes to his shoulder.
Yeah, there you
Yep. All right.
This hand is gonna go here to keep my knee from.
Yep. Perfect.
Yeah.
Just tripod up. So just get comfortable here. Like take your foot back a little bit.
There you
Okay. And put all your weight on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay. So so get to where you're doing it and you're nice and balanced and not too long. Like get your butt up in there a little more so you can drive down and so that you could just camp here comfortably without shaking. All right. Half guard. Foot to the inside. Your right foot to the inside of his legs. Now connect your right knee and your right elbow. And don't even worry about his head right now. We just want to control his hips. So this hand can even be on the other side of his body, right? We're worried about our elbows and hips right now. Okay? All right. Back up to camp. So just, yep, tripod up. Yep, nice and balanced, okay? No shaking. Okay? We're on both our feet. If we feel like we're having to hold ourselves up a lot, that means our weight's not on him. So let's get our butt a little higher in the air and our forehead a little more lower in the shoulder, not so much in the trap.
There you go.
Yeah, and then just chill here for a second. Like let me see you breathing. And this looks better. You're still straining a little bit. Yeah, get comfortable. Yeah. All right, high step. Yep, to the shoulder, far shoulder with your left hand. Far shoulder with your left hand. Control the high leg and step into him. Step into him. Yep. And both feet on the ground. Both feet on the ground, touching him. Like feet planted. Both feet planted. Off the knee. Off the knee.
There you go.
There we go. Nice. All right. Nice. All right. Hit me with one, Nevada.
All right. Okay.
All right. Camp.
And now I'm gonna go to shift here. All right, chest to chest, foot to the inside. Now take the knee to the mat. Connect your knee to your elbow.
Go chest to chest, half guard.
All right. Camp.
Alright. So the elbows really go here. Yep. Alright, high step. Nice. Yeah, and just get a little more on the shin, just so we don't slip. Because that's foot in, nice and closer. Yes. Yep, nice. All right, couple things on that, right?
All right, so. Oh, yeah, thank you. So balance is super important here. And having like good base and good balance here also is going to make us work less so that we're not like having to hold ourselves up, right? So our weight's evenly distributed and he's feeling that pressure. Okay, so specifically, there's two specific positions I want to look at real quick. Okay, so in this camping position, whether your foot's on the in or the outside, I don't really care right now. Okay, we'll just say it's on the outside for now, that's fine too. Okay, so I start in this high step position. Okay, when I switch to camping, he starts bringing his butt out. Right there, I need to go ahead and drop the elbow. The elbow's got to beat him into the inside here. If I don't beat him here, he brings his knee to his chest. If I beat him here, he can't bring his knee to his chest, okay? Now, at the same time, so I drop my level, okay? I beat him on the elbow here, and then I'm taking my head where my hand was, I'm replacing with my head, and then I'm just nice and springy here, okay? You see how, like, I can chill here for a while. If we get too long here, like this, we'll start to shake, right? But if I still have my feet relatively close to him, not all the way touching, but relatively close, Now it's pretty easy for me to just kind of just chill here. Like I could even just chill in my head, right, like on my head right here. We're blocking the knee, because if we don't do that, he gets the knee inside, right? And that's where he can start setting up his clamp guard and all that kind of stuff. We don't want that. We're blocking the knee here so that he can't high leg. You see I've got my shoulder on the inside now too. If I don't have my shoulder on the inside, a flexible guy, good experienced guy might be able to high leg here, right? Re-guard that way. So when I change levels, I reinforce this space, I dominate this space with my shoulder too. So now he tries a high leg, and it's very difficult. Okay, so it's really important that we find our balance here. That's the whole purpose of what we're doing. Is to where I'm not like having to hold myself, like he's holding me. Okay, so if you even want to like test it out, find your base, make sure you stay nice and structural for me. You can even take your hands off and just be tripoded up on his shoulder. Okay, if I'm too high up here, I'll start to slip. I want to be right under this notch right there, so that my head can drive into that, shoot, I don't even know the bone, right where the pec and the shoulder meet, there's a bone right there, and I want
It's like clavicle, isn't it?
I want to be able to drive his shoulder towards the mat.
That's what I was doing wrong last time, is I was too high.
Yeah, here there's slippage,
kept sliding off.
here there's slippage, down here it's not really strong. Right there, it's almost on, it's basically the chest. Pectoralis minor maybe is the muscle I'm looking at. Yeah, right there. That's where the lever is to control his shoulder. All right, so you can try to find it. You can even play without your hands. You should be able to drive it. You can play with different head positions. You see how I slip?
Yep.
See how I slip here? I can't really mean, and if I get too low, I don't have any leverage, okay? Right there, no leverage. Here, that's the sweet spot right there. All right, so that's the camp. The other thing I want to make sure we do is on the high step. So y'all, you didn't see this, right? The high step passing is, there's several variations, but the idea is that I'm here and I get into this position where now I can high step. All right, that's the idea. So we're starting here for the sake of the drill. Two really important things I want you to think about is feet close to him. If my feet are real far away, then I get really unathletic really quickly. Right, I'm not super mobile. So as he moves around, it's really hard for me to stay balanced because I've spread myself out. And it's not just like me on the floor, right? It's like me on him, which is a moving floor. Okay, so I can't really distribute my weight heavily into his shoulder either. Okay, so that combined with being out wide like this means like any little movement, he can just kind of turn it into me pretty easily and kind of knock me out of balance, make me less mobile. When I'm in tight, first off, I can help prevent his knees from turning towards me, which is a fundamental of guard recovery, is getting his hips facing me again, okay? If he can't face me with his hips, go ahead, and it's really hard for him to recover his guard. Okay, so out here, there's all this space, okay? Secondly, distributing my weight into the shoulder really helps him, really helps me. So I've got a wall here, he can't face his hips towards me. I've also got pressure here on the shoulder. So for him to really recover his guard, he needs to be able to face me with his hips and his shoulders technically, right? Because even if I let his hips go for a second, try to turn, like try to recover your guard, right? It's only one piece of the equation, okay? Likewise, if I only control this, but I don't control the shoulder, get up, yeah, or turn into me, right? Recover your guard, basically, yeah. Like he's much more mobile. He can shrimp. He can get, anytime he can get on his side, he can get more mobile. If he's flat on his back, it's preferred for me. So when I distribute my weight, I want my feet close, and then I'm almost like in this low squat position. Not too low. I'm comfortable. there's not a ton of weight here. I'm just monitoring this. If it's on the floor, I don't even care about it. I'll just put something here I'm ready for it if he wants to bring it to me. But I'm not gonna go hunting for it if it's way down there, okay? Most good guard players are gonna be trying to bring that knee to their chest, okay? Yeah, and that's just there for me to prevent. I don't want him high legging here. If he high legs, yeah, he reguards. So that's the purpose of this, but most of my weight is actually here. Notice my shoulder relative to my hand on this vertical plane is slightly behind my hand. If it gets to be directly above, I start getting a little off balance. If it gets in front of my hand, I'm definitely going to go for a ride here. So slightly behind, hips under my butt, or hips under my head, most of my weight in the shoulder here, okay? As he starts to play. Okay. So that's what it's gonna look like in a live roll, is these transitions are gonna happen way faster. It's my goal or my job to recognize when I'm about to lose a position and go ahead and beat him to the next place, okay? So let's run the same thing. I'll call it out again before we do it ourselves, but focus on my weight distribution here, okay? And then as I transition into that camp, I'm gonna let him move, go ahead. Right here, beat him at the elbow. I tripod, and I change levels, okay? Focus on getting nice and balanced and comfortable here, where you can talk to him. Okay, you can ask him how his day was, because you're breathing, okay? Then I'll call chest to chest half, foot to the inside, walk the knee past the center line, and cover his hips. Okay, I don't care about his upper body right now. I just want to cover his hips. Okay, then we'll go back to camp. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and start catching this knee, pummel the elbow to the inside, tripod up, and find that shoulder. All right, and then lastly, here, 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 here. All right, let's do it again. All right, high step. Okay. All right, camp. Gotta beat him on the elbow though, Nevada, right there. All right, and let him post up, let him pop up a little bit, okay? Because that's what it's really gonna be like. He's gonna be a lot more on his shoulder, all right? Okay. All right, chest to chest. Foot to the inside, cover hips. Okay. Get your butt down a little bit. Yep. Okay. Camp. So he starts to hip out. You go ahead and beat him with the elbow. Yeah. Yep. And then the knee with your left hand. That's got to start to get like, we're doing it slow right now. So make sure you're hitting the right spots, because you're going to have to do that super fast in a roll. You got to beat him to that spot, right? So when I tripod, my hands already got to be like, it's got to be second nature to be finding inside with the elbow and finding the knee. Okay, so while we do it slow, definitely make sure we get the precision down. All right, camp. Okay. All right, high step. Good, all right, switch up. What's that?
You said 20 minutes to do blue belts.
Oh, yep. All right. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right, your shoulders are getting a little dangerously close to being directly over your hand. So make sure. I mean, if you're comfortable and you feel balanced, that's good. Just Nevada, you shouldn't be able to just knock him easily towards me. Okay. All right. Camp. Yep. Slow, slow, slow. All right, let him up a little bit. Let him up a little bit. All right, drop your head just a little bit. Forehead, put your forehead in there. That looks better. All right. All right, Nevada, try to high leg. Perfect. Try to bring your knee to your chest, your right knee. Perfect. All right, chest to chest, foot comes to the inside. Walk your knee past his hip, connect your knee and your elbow. Make both your elbows touch his hips for now. Take both your elbows to the mat for now. Yeah. All right. We're just covering his hips. All right, now we're gonna start to let him up and we're gonna tripod back up into a camp. Take it nice and slow. Focus on getting your hands in the right spots. There you go. There you go. Nice. All right, tell me something about yourself, Chase. I'm making sure you're breathing.
Yeah, I'm breathing.
All right, high step.
Yeah, that's, yes, you're pushing.
Nice. Good job. Awesome. All right, get some water. We'll we're gonna do that drill every single class this month.
So is your last name Elam then? Are you related to the kicker, Denver, back in the day, Jason Elam? He used to have the NFL record back in the day, longest field goal.
How's your knee feel?
Better than I thought it was going to be.
Good.
I do like this brace.
Hmm?
I do like this brace.
Good. Yeah, it looks pretty tight.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you got blood flow though?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Yeah, it looks very stable for sure.
Well, this one's got the stabilizer sitting right down the side.
Oh, okay, nice. All right, let's run through our monthly flow. And we're gonna rep this out for the rest of class actually. All right, so we come in for our Toreando style passing. So, I'm not sure if have you been here for any Toreando before? I don't know if maybe. So the idea is I have grips on the legs, okay? This is even more, or my first introduction to it was when I was training in the gi, because then you have like pant fabric you can grab and it's real nice. People get all slippery here, so like where your body weight is really matters, okay? So like if I even have like a little bit of weight off of him, he can just kind of kick his legs. Yeah, so like I've got to make sure that I really get weight on him. All right, so Toreando though, the idea is just, it's very similar to like bullfighting, like guiding, taking a flag and guiding a bull beside me. All right, so I'm here, or it could look like here. Like it's just, the idea is just controlling the legs to make them face away from me, make the knees point away from me. All right, so for typical Toreando, if his knees are super close to his chest, that means there's less friction with the mat because his butt starts coming off the ground the closer his knees get to his chest, right? So it becomes much easier if his knees are super close to his chest to start to spin him and flank him. Okay, but if somebody's got their knees a little bit farther away from their chest, then it's much harder to start cutting those angles because I've also got more distance I got to travel, plus there's more friction with the mat, with his back and butt on the mat. So this is where we're going to start to hit our high step passing, is when the knees are not real close to the chest, okay? They're a little bit more like this distance, okay? So I can still come in and take grips, but then what we're going to do for our flow, we're going to work into our high step position. So the way we're going to do it this month for this flow is I start to cut my angle with an inside step, okay? Okay, and I step deep. I don't want to just step here and give him De La Riva hooks. I want to step deep, okay? So it's difficult for him to make contact with and start hooking onto my leg, making good connection. So we're here, stepping deep. At the same time, as soon as I make contact, I drive the knee and I knee tap him and I round this corner right there. I'm trying to bring my toes right inside the hip line and I connect my knees, okay? Kind of like the funny little dance, you know? So try to make my knees point together, okay? So here, inside step, cut the angle, and now around that corner, I'm gonna tap him on the knee, right there, make my knees touch. Hand goes to the shoulder, very similar to the drill we were just doing, except now I'm here instead of here, okay? Everything else is the same though. My knees are above his knee, that's super important, okay? If I'm here, he just bring his knee to his chest. There's absolutely no value. If I'm here, he can't bring his knee to his chest. Okay, I'm gonna put my hand on the shoulder. Weight distribution goes there, just like the previous drill. And now I'm gonna make my toes point towards his butt. Okay, now we're gonna free our knee. We covered this the other night. There's a few ways we can do this. You can play with all three for now, okay? You can do a different one each time, I don't care. What I really want you to focus on is either the kickback, so I make my knees, my toes point towards his butt, my head dips, and I just kick back, okay, into this little cross step here. Or I go to kick back and he tracks me with that shoelace, right? So I go to kick, he's tracking me. Here, instead, I'm gonna start to come into this little pistol squat position, which might be a little hard on you, so if you can't do it, don't do it, okay, with your knee. Bring my knee towards my chest and front pummel into there, into that back step position. Or sometimes his knee's just low because he's being lazy with it. He's not being disciplined with it, or he's tired. And then I just back step. Okay, so you can get it. The goal is to end up in this position. It doesn't really matter how we got there. The goal is to beat this leg with this foot, okay? Specifically into this back step position. Because if I just step here, a well-timed explosive movement could take me out of balance. My feet are super close together. I don't want to take a risk when I'm so close to getting the guard pass, okay? So as soon as I beat that, weight's still primarily here in the shoulder, okay? Toes pointed towards his butt. Okay, I bring this out and I hit this back step. So if he explodes right now, it doesn't really matter, okay? Now, this is like a little checkpoint. Now, I'm gonna replace my knee there. And now we're right where we were for the last drill. We just passed the guard from that high step position, okay? All right, now, we're doing the whole flow right now, right? We'll break this down. We'll just do one piece at a time, actually. Because I know you saw this.
Yeah.
But you might want some more reps too. I know you haven't seen this, so we'll break it down into stages.
All good.
This is what we're doing though you're gonna do 10 reps of this every class this month, okay, before we get into instruction. So here, now, my knee comes up, my shoelaces go to the hamstring, and now, a series of kicks makes his knees point away from me. This is called a leg ride. All right, now, I don't need to control that shoulder anymore. I've accomplished my purpose of making his knees point away from me and covering his hips with my hips. So this is not doing anything but threatening my own balance. Yeah, okay? So as soon as I hit that leg ride, I come back to the center line. My head goes above his head, and I start to dig my underhook. So he's gonna keep his elbow in tight here, right? Because if he doesn't, I'll get double unders. He doesn't want that. So he's gonna keep a good frame here, but we're gonna be looking for this underhook. Okay, so I'm gonna take my head above his head and connect my chest to his chest. Swim my underhook, cross face, knee to the mat. Now I'm gonna open him up. I'm gonna use this 10-finger grip I have and slide my elbow on the mat while I bulldoze his legs with my knee. Here, okay? Now I kick my foot free, bring everything into the mat. Okay, that's the whole flow. one more time, and then we'll break it down in stages. So I'm not gonna go for a Toriando, or maybe I went for a Toriando, but he didn't like this grip. He aggressively, yeah, right there, he aggressively extended. So I go in for my Toriando, right? Or, well, let's say I didn't get it, okay? I go in for my Toriando, there. Okay, we go into our high step immediately. His knees are kind of pointed right above his hips, not going to his chest. That's the high step pass time, okay? We're here. We're gonna free our foot however we choose. Here, replace. And we end in a single chest wrap. All right. Any questions on the flow before we break it? Makes enough sense? Yeah. All right. So the first step, let's go this Toriando. Okay. Toriando style grip. But we read the knees. I want you to do the inside step, the knee tap, inside step with angle. Drive the knee, wedge the knee, round the corner, find the shoulder. Okay. Again. Here, inside deep step with angle. Tap the knee, round the corner, find the shoulder, make your toes point towards the butt. Grip, angle, round the corner, shoulder, toes to butt. Cool. All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was pitiful. We're gonna have to time that one, boys.
Round the corner.
Yep.
Make sure I got that together.
Yep.
Find that.
That'll lean. Perfect.
Time.
Make sure you're nice and balanced, and then when you're at the end of it, I want you to give him a little, just try to lift your shoulder off the mat a little bit and just make sure he's balanced. Check his balance at the end of it when he's finished. Nice and slow, nice and slow. Okay,
Round the corner. Oh,
shoulder,
shoulder.
toes to butt. Yep, right there. Now check his balance. Nice. Yep. Shoulder. Nice, right there. All right. Knees together. Bring your knees together if you can. Yep. All right, nice. Nice. I like to bring that thumb just on the inside of the armpit. Try that, just to see if it feels a little better. And put most of your weight in that shoulder.
I'll do like that better.
Yeah. That's a little harder for it to slip if he like tries to jab at you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Step deep. Drive the knee forward as you round that corner. Cut your angle. Drive the knee round the corner. Nice. All right. Do one to me. Both of y'all do one to me real quick. I want to check a couple of things while you do it.
Make sure my balance is good as it should be.
Yeah, I want to check. I'm going to check your balance on a couple of places.
Coming in.
Gotta go deeper.
Deeper. What do you mean? Like,
So slowly take your grips.
yeah.
Yep. So put some pressure on these two, right? Yeah. Yes. Now inside step and cut your angle. Okay. No, not that round the corner. Just cut the angle. Right. So the footwork is like inside step. Go ahead. Inside step, and then step out to cut an angle. Right. But keep pressure here. Keep my heels to my butt. Okay. Step deep. Now drive. Now real quick. Drive right here. Drive the knee a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
Because if you don't drive the knee, you do it again. If you don't, and without driving the knee, you just give, like you're just bringing me reverse de la Riva. Yeah. Okay. So instead, yes, that's harder for me to. You're kind of collapsing my connection here.
Yeah.
Now you've got the angle. Now here, knee tapping around the corner. Okay. You get a little heavier here.
Okay.
Yep. Heavier. Point your toes at my butt. Yeah, that's better. All right, let me see here. Okay. Yep. Knees together. Okay. Most of your weight right here. Most of your weight right here. Make me feel it. Make me feel it. Nice. All right. Oh, sorry.
We try to keep the flat.
Yeah.
Okay, because I always
Yeah.
want to do the.
Cool. All right, you can do a few more reps. Yeah. Make sure we gotta beat that knee. No, that knee's gotta go. Yeah. That's why we pinch our knees together, to make it hard for him to get that knee back through. Okay. Nice. Nevada, who gave you a black eye, bro?
No,
Is Alethea abusing you again?
under these lights, it looks like both my eyes are black.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Hey, you two, right here. So y'all are both doing that same thing right there, right? So when I take this step, if I just kind of step here, just hook your shoelaces onto my foot and grab my ankle. I just gave you reverse de la Riva, which is not good for me, okay? Here, if I step deep and then I also drive the knee, hook on and try to get a good connection. It's much harder, okay? He can get one, but it's much harder. And then in that transition, I'm already here, okay? If he beats me to this connection, I can still get in there on the shoulder, okay? But we don't want to just step shallow. Like this looks deep, but it's not. I want to like try to step past his leg with my toes if I can,
Okay.
and then drive. And look, if I stay here, he still gets a connection. Okay, now rewind. If I come out and cut my angle, it's really hard for him to get a meaningful connection here.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. All right. Let's add to it. We're gonna keep doing that, but then we'll add the rest or the next part. All right. So now we're here. Here. We start to cut our angle. Here. Knee tap. We're gonna round the corner. Pinch knees together. Shoulder. Point the toes to the butt. All right. Now, for now, let's simplify it. I want y'all to get comfortable with any of the variations of freeing your foot. But for now, let's just hit a back step. Let's say he's just a little lazy with this knee, okay? All right, so I'm gonna still cheat my weight into that shoulder, kind of turn my hips there, point my toes to his butt. Okay, most of my weight's here. Okay, I'm just kind of touching here, monitoring this. If he really is aggressively trying to high leg, then I'll put a little more into it, okay? But I'm not giving him any tension. Because look, if I give him a lot of tension here, now kick hard, he moves me, okay? Like, I'm giving him a lever to me because I'm giving him tension. If I'm just touching him, kick hard. Doesn't matter, kick hard, okay? Now I'm really tense, kick hard. He moves me. Make sense? We never want, like, the goal is to never have tension in the body if we can help it, okay? I want my weight mostly right here, okay? Now, we're gonna hit that back step into this little crisscross position, okay? That way my butt can still stay low, I can stay nice and balanced. If I go straight here, he might, if he tries to kick me over his legs or anything, he can play with my base just because I don't have one. My feet come super close together. Same concept when somebody's standing, right? If somebody's, yeah, exactly. All you gotta do is wrap my feet up and figure out a way to push me over. It's not hard at all because I have no base. Even here, you can't do it. Here, you might be able to do it. Still difficult. Here, I'm going to fall. Like, it's pretty much a certainty, okay? So you might get it because they just didn't do anything, but you're giving a window there for someone to capitalize on. So I'm here, I point the toes, back step. Okay, I'm on my toes here, or I'm on these back toes. Okay, so if he gets a little squirrely for a second, doesn't matter. Now, start to bring your knees towards your chest. I do that little switch right there, I replace my knee. All right, so we've done the back step, we replaced the knee. Now, my knee is gonna ride up the leg above the quad. I'm bringing my shoelaces to the hamstring. So I'm here, still most of my weight's right here. Now I bring my shoelaces up. Now I'm gonna kick, 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 and make both of his knees, kind of staple his knees to the mat with my shin. At this point, this is that spot where time to let go. If I don't let go, if I overcommit to this shoulder, yeah, he just capitalizes on that momentum. So as I'm here, kick, 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 I need to learn to let go. I don't need that anymore. I'm on top, okay? Now, in this position, I'm stapling the knees. Stay nice and low. Especially if he like starts trying to move, I'm gonna have to surf a little bit, okay? But I got wide base here. Worst case, if he's super squirrely, make sure you stay heavy on your shin, on his legs. Cover his hips. But you've got this wide base, so if he starts to get squirrely, I've got a super wide base. So keep going. Like he's working way harder. Mm-hmm. I'm just posted out with my hands, just kind of floating, just surfing. Okay, here. Now, I want you to connect your chest to him. Get your head above his head. Okay, you can even put your hand on the mat here for base. Okay, normally we say hands on the mat, not a good idea. There's no threat right now, right? He can't even face me with his chest and his knees, so what's he gonna do to me? Okay, so right now I can use this safely for base. Okay, if I was in closed guard, something like that, yeah, I'm not gonna put my hands on the mat. Okay, bad idea. But he has no inside position right now to attack my arms. All right, now I bring my head above his head and connect my chest to his chest or his shoulder, whatever I get in here. Okay, swim my underhook. Get my cross face. And I want to stay, we're gonna do the next part after. Okay, we'll just stay right there. All right, so one more time. Repeat stage one, okay? We got some weight here. And also this Toreando, look, I don't grab under. He can pummel his legs out very easily, okay? I grab on top with these little thumb posts, these V-grips. There. All right, so now even if I'm not Toreandoing, even if his knees come away, I still want this kind of grip. I don't want to be out here with my thumbs even because he can slip, right? And then especially if I'm putting weight on that, go ahead, I'm going for a ride. Or worse, getting triangled. Okay, here, angle, outside step, to inside step. Knee, around the corner, shoulder, knees to butt. Back step into this little crisscross step. Replace my knee here, okay? Knee rides up, kick, kick, kick. Okay, and let's just stop here for now. We'll do the next part later. I want you to staple both of his knees with your shin and cover his hips and just feel nice and balanced. He should feel like he's dying. You should just, like it should hurt. This hurts if somebody hits you in the right spot with their shin. Nick is really, really good at this. It really, really, really hurts. He finds that nerve.
There.
Yep. Toes towards facing the butt. Okay. Hit him with the back step into the little crisscross step. But keep your feet relatively together. Okay. Or yeah. All right. Now we're gonna replace the knee. Shoelaces up. Ride the knee up. Kick, kick, kick. Cover the hips. Let go of the shoulder. There's a spot right there where if you don't let go of the shoulder, you might go for a ride. Okay. As soon as your center line meets his center line, you need to let go of the shoulder.
Step.
Yep. Nice. Yep. Knee switch. Knee rides up. Nice. Yep. Angle. Yep. Shoulder. Nice. All right. Back step. Crisscross. All right. Swap the knees. Nice. Knee rides up. Shoelaces the hamstring. Kick, kick, kick. Nice. Nice. Yeah, let your shin naturally ride down the legs, right? You don't have to overcommit, but don't be afraid to let it ride down a little bit, because as those knees point away, it's easier for me on top if my shin rides a little bit, because this is the lever, right, to the hips. So like if you could get all the way to the end of the lever, it's a little unrealistic here, but if you could get all the way to the knees, that's the easiest way to push my hips down. But at least staying up here, you're kind of fighting yourself, but if you just let your shin naturally ride down the leg until you've covered his hips. So you might stop like right here, but the point is, you see what I'm saying? If your shin stays up here, you might find it harder than it really has to be. What's up, man? To make his knees face away from you. Like you still got there, but you don't have to work as hard.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that footwork looks pretty good. Nice. Nice. Yeah, way better. Yep. And you can bring that knee to the mat as you kick over. Once you cover his hips, yeah, you can bring your knee to the mat. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. You feel balanced? You look pretty.
Drop my knee.
Huh?
I do when I drop my knee.
Yeah. What if you're back on your foot, but put most of your weight in your shin and just sit your head up? If he moves around, do you feel like you can surf? Put most of your weight in your shin and put your head above your hips. Do you feel like you can surf? Yeah. Cool. All right, y'all switch. Johnny boy, what's up, man?
What's up? What's up?
John the man.
Yes, sir.
A fresh John.
Oh, I don't know about that.
You guys are screwed. Hey, real quick, go back. Hit it, just for me for now, hit an outside step and then an inside step. So with your back foot, lead with your left foot, outside step, then inside step. Cut more of an angle. Yes. Drop that right hand just a little bit towards the ankle. Yeah. You don't have to put pressure on it, but just be ready at the end of the lever. Yep. Ride, ride, ride. Nice. Outside, inside. Boop. Nice. Step deep. Yep. Nice. Hey, right hand. Hey, look, so restart. Take grips on his legs without doing anything else. All right, so now your right hand doesn't move for the rest of the movement.
Okay.
All right. Just try it. Right hand, yep. No, now you're just touching him, but you're not holding him, right? Nice. Nice, guys. Get a couple more chases. We'll get John up to speed here in a second. Nice. Pinch your knees together. Nice. Yep. Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, footwork looks really good, Chase. For the only thing for both of y'all, all right? Both of y'all. I really want to over-exaggerate the angle at the moment. That's why I'm saying lead with the outside for now.
Yeah.
So I tighten my grips. If I lead my outside step first, I really like get my angle that I want, right? So here, okay. And then lastly, when I step, remember, I don't want to just step. I want to step my toes past the leg, bring my knee forward. Okay, so that even if he hooks onto me here, it's hard for him to hook on. And even if he does, it's a lot less meaningful of a connection than if I'm like here. Yeah, now he's like comfortable. Here, he's uncomfortable. Here, pinch the knees together, point the toes. Your footwork looks really good. Here, here, here. All right, so we find ourselves at this leg ride. Again, we might have to surf, okay, but we have the advantage of he has absolutely nothing he can threaten me with right now. So I can just surf with a very wide base, okay? I can even drop my chest on him. And as long as I don't allow him to turtle, unless I want him to turtle, if I use my chest on this lever I have here to his shoulder, you see how his elbow is a lever to the shoulder? I can prevent him from turtling up here. I can make it really hard. And all the while, he gives me the back, which is better anyway, right? So we're leg riding. Now, once we're here, it's really dealer's choice what we do for the monthly flow though. we're gonna take the mount. Okay? So I'm gonna get my head above his head or to his head. Okay? Remember, wide base is all good here. Okay, I'm gonna shift my head to this side of him. Take my head to his head. This helps me keep a good base while I collect my underhook. I'm gonna take my knee to the mat, but I'm gonna keep my shoelaces up here riding the leg. Okay, now I'll start digging my underhooks. Once I've got my underhook, walk, walk, walk. Get my crossface grip, and I'm gonna take like a 10-finger grip or an S grip here. Okay, now I'm gonna bulldoze his legs. So I'm gonna use my knee, so without even using my hand, I'll use my knee and my shin to push his hips back away from me, or away from his elbow. See, I'm like bulldozing his knees. At the same time, I'm gonna take this S grip and really use it to kind of winch up his elbow above his head. So I'm really opening this space between the elbow and the knee, which makes him extremely unathletic. Okay, so we're here. I'm gonna bulldoze and I'm gonna winch his elbow. Okay, kick free. Tuck my feet under his legs, and then I can switch. Okay, so again, I was here, but then I can bring this all the way through and settle in this chest. So one more time, the whole thing. This is the whole flow for the month. So you'll do 10 of these every class. Grips, angle, deep inside step, knee tap around the corner, pinch knees together so his knee can't come out. Hand goes to the shoulder. I like to put my thumb on the inside. Okay, you can play with it, but here it's a little bit easier for me to slip off. Right, so I put my thumb right here inside the armpit. Okay, okay, I put most of my weight there. Point my knees towards his butt. Again, this is just monitoring. Okay, I don't want to monitor up here so much because as he goes to move, I'm at the opposite end of the lever, right? So here, even without me putting pressure in here, as he goes to move, it's much easier for me to catch that and track it and see it coming, right? The movement's going to initiate from here. Okay, this is the end. This is the all the way at the end of the lever. So this is the thing that's moving. Okay, moving away. So I'm not putting a ton of tension here. Again, if I get really tense there, I give him something to manipulate me with, right? I offer him a lever to my own body. I just monitor. Here. Back step. Okay. Now we're going to hit this knee switch. Okay. Now start bringing your knees to your chest a little bit. Yeah, it's a little more realistic. Okay. Leg ride. Here. We're ready to surf if we have to. I'm going to take my head to his head and this side of his body. Dig my underhook. Knee goes to the mat. Walk, walk, walk. S grip. Then we open him up. Kick free. Notice I didn't do this. Okay? I stayed on him. And the only thing that moved was my lower leg, my shin. Okay? Bring him across the center line. And we'll settle right here in this single chest wrap. All right, so one more time. Just from the end, I want y'all to take this mount real quick before we do it all together. Start in the leg ride. Head to his head. Cheated to this side. Dig the underhook. Walk, 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 walk. Take the knee to the mat. Crossface hand comes in. S grip. We open him up. We kick free. We guide his arm to the other side. We'll settle here. Cool. All right, do you need to see anything?
No, I think I got it.
All right, cool. All right, 1, 2, 3. What's up, Josh?
How you doing?
What's up, bro? Johnny boy, how you doing?
What's happening? How are you?
Good. All right, hey, I'll show y'all real quick while they're working it. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna start here. All right, and we can go over this some more in comp class too, so y'all get the whole effect. All right, but for now, what I want y'all to work on is just the first part of this. Take your grips, okay? Cut an angle, deep inside step, knee to the, or hand to the knee. Shove this through as I round the corner. Pinch my knees together and put my weight right there in the shoulder. That's all I want you to do for now. Okay. Take your grips, angle, inside step, knee tap, round the corner, touching his hip right here, inside space. Knees together so he can't get his knee back. Post in the shoulder, point my toes at the butt. Cool. You need to see it?
I saw it.
Cool. All right.
You were right, Josh is here.
No one took my bet. No one took my bet. I said one blue belt would show up tonight, and I said it would be Josh.
Yes.
I put $5 on you, baby.
I get commission out of that. Yeah.
Knee to the mat, Chase. Knee to the mat. Yes, yes. There you go. Now start to flatten him back out with your chest. And try to find under his leg with your heel, so we can hide our feet under his thighs. Okay. Here. There you go. Yeah. All right, let's do three more apiece. We'll call it there. Do you want to run it? You want to run it with Alethea?
Alethea.
I think so. Yep. Go ahead. You got 2 more. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can run it. You can run it in comp
I'm
class in a
already on the
second.
ground. I'm beaten.
Yeah, this is a pretty good pin for law enforcement. It's very painful. Use your chest to flatten him back out. Yeah. Nice. Hey, look, and this is extra for you because you're going against retards on the street, trying to fight a cop. Okay? They're not gonna have he's not gonna have his elbow in tight because they're stupid. Okay? If anything, he's gonna be trying to push you away. Okay? We're gonna guide. See my knee drop to the mat? We love that. They're not going to tuck their elbow because they're retarded. Yeah, drop the knee to the mat though. Okay. Yeah. Now here when you have double unders, it's like you can keep an arm isolated with your chest and perhaps even still be able to reach for cuffs, things like that. We'd have to experiment with this. Or you start gift wrap, so you can turn him over, whatever you want to do there. All right. Find both underhooks. Once we have the elbows, the game is won. We can take our time and be methodical. Yep. Yeah, and then from here, you can experiment with like, you got double unders in the mount. So let's see. From here, now I can experiment with here. I can Feed. I can wait and see what he wants to do, right? I can feed here. I can get a lot of wrist control with double unders. It's kind of something to play with. Also you should bring the duty belt back in here. See if you can cuff somebody with this. All right, that's class. We'll start comp in a few minutes, but I'm gonna go over the same thing with you guys so that y'all are up to speed on that, and then we can go over some more stuff. And y'all are welcome to stay for that too. We're gonna largely dig into the same stuff before we move on so that they're up to speed. Say hi to my German friend.
Hey, German.
Oh, you're the German friend. What?